Hello and welcome everyone to my channel, Teatime and Spells. My name is Melissa, and in today's video, I'm going to be kitting up this cutie here, Dragon in Books by Marigona Soli. I am super excited. This is my first smaller kit that I've done in a while, and this is actually a partial, which I'm kind of excited. As you can see, it's not sticky on the background. So I'm expecting to get through this pretty darn quickly, and it looks like it's got a decent amount of color blocking, a little bit of confetti with a lot of special drills, it looks like. So I think this is going to be really, really cute when it's done. But today I'm just going to be showing you guys my process for how I kit up. So if that's something that interests you, I'm going to have some chill music in the background, and then I'm just going to kind of go through my process for kitting up. So grab yourself a project if you want, maybe a cup of tea. I'm drinking blackberry black tea today, and let's get started. All right, so first off, let's go ahead and unwrap all of these. Perfect. This kit did not have very many colors. Let's see, it had 22 colors, 1 AB, 1 frosted, and 4 fairy dust. So for a small kit, packed with lots of specials. So how I like to do my kitting up is I'm gonna go ahead and place these over here. I got my little bin here, my little Dollar Tree store bin, and I got all my little supplies that I use. Lots of little baggies, and then I use my Sharpie here. And how I like to do my baggies is I like to write the DMC number here, and then I put a square if it's a square drill, or around a circle if it's for a circle drill. And then let me show you what my long-term storage looks like. So when I'm done with a kit, I save all of the drills and I put them in order. And this big O section is my squares, and this itty bitty section is my round. I actually am working on a long-term solution as a bit of a craft project where I'm using like a Hobby Lobby, plain Hobby Lobby photo storage bin, and then making like 3 dividers and individual sections for all of them, so that I have a more structured, more roomier approach for lots of drills to store. That's kind of something I've been working on the side. But for today, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this so I can get the stickers. Look at our little card here. Looks like it is bronze, but very cute. I need to figure out a way to store or showcase these actually. So I'm gonna put that over here. This is what I really want. There we go. And then I'm gonna move this over here and grab these guys. So I like to use the cylinder system. I know that there are a lot of people who use either the little jars, or they use the, they call them like the Tic Tac boxes, the Elizabeth Ward system. Either one works. I just so happen to get these first, and this is what I gravitate towards. So that's what I do. And how I like to kit up, I need my tweezers here. Here we go. And I like to go just straight in order. Grab the sticker, and I like to just put it right on top, put it in my little case, move on to the next. So what I do is I like to take off all the stickers first so that they're all labeled. And then the next thing I'm going to be doing is cutting each of these packages and transferring the drills into the jars. And if you noticed, I have little bits of dryer sheet kind of cut up in all of my little jars, And I do that to help with static, either when you're first kitting up or even a little bit after. It helps to keep the static away. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to just go through the rest of these. It's not a lot. It's only 22 colors. And I'm like a quarter of the way through already. So I am doing this on Friday, May 23rd, which for the US is the beginning of Memorial Day weekend, where it's kind of like the unofficial start of summer. And a lot of people usually have fun plans, maybe vacations, camping. That's a big one, camping. Here where I live in the upper Midwest, it's cold, and we just got out of having like a 3-day streak of nonstop rain. And this is the first day where we've kind of have some sun. Not really though, because it's like very cloudy and overcast though. So I am not sure what we're gonna do this weekend. Definitely not going camping or anything. It's way too cold. I think it's still 30s or 40 degree Fahrenheit in the lows, and that's a little chilly when you're camping, especially in a tent. So I think what we're gonna be doing is kind of relaxing at home and opening up our backyard for summer, getting it all prepped. We have a fairly large above ground pool. It's I think 12 feet by 20 feet, so good size, 4 feet deep. And we took the cover off of that already, but we need to clean it of any of the falling leaves that fell in there during the winter. And then we need to fill it, which takes a good day and a half, 2 days to fill it completely with water. And then we need to pump it full of all the lovely chemicals so it doesn't become a swamp in a few weeks when it gets warmer. Hopefully it gets warmer. I'm hoping that we'll have a very nice warm summer. It's kind of hit or miss where I live. Some years it's really warm and it's awesome and we get a lot of use out of the pool. And then there are some years where like 80s is kind of the high, and that's kind of rare. It's more like in the 70s most of the summer. So we'll kind of see. I'm hoping for a little bit more heat because I have a pretty good size garden that we planted a few weeks ago. And I really want that to grow and flourish. I have a few tomato plants and they love heat. But when we planted them a couple weeks ago, it was right before a cold snap hit the area, and it went as low as like just slightly above freezing at night. So it shocked all of my poor tomato plants and my cucumbers, and it kind of stunted them a bit. But they've been kind of slowly recuperating. So, let me skip these ads here for a second. But yeah, so I'm waiting for the nice warmth and the sun. Like if we could just get a lot of sun and some warmth, I know my tomato plants will bounce back. We did have a stretch there about a week or two ago, well, Mother's Day weekend, where we had like 3 days of solid 90-degree weather and abundant sunshine and no wind. So it was like the perfect trifecta of beautiful weather. And my tomato plants loved that. They started sprouting a little bit more, which was great. They kind of slowly bounced back. And I was hoping that they would start getting more bushier and taller. They kind of are stunted, they're just really short. And they're starting to get a couple of blooms on them, but I want them to get nice and tall. So we'll see what happens. I'm hoping that they'll be survivors, because if I can get some really nice tomatoes out of it, that would be great, because I would like to do a lot of canning this fall, make some homemade salsas, some tomato sauce and tomato paste, kind of set myself up for the winter so I could have lots of goodies as a nice stockpile. Especially with the way that grocery prices are skyrocketing and everything, it's just nice to be prepared. Have a nice little pantry stocked full of all the essentials. And if it's from a homegrown garden, that's even better. You get to reap what you sow, quite literally. All right, so here is my last one. I've kind of been a little finicky this batch. There we go. Okay. All right, so let's put that on there. I am done with the tweezers. Quick tea break. Oh, that's good. So what are your guys' plans for Memorial Day weekend? I'd love to hear what you guys all do. I live adventurously through all of you guys because I'm kind of a homebody. I don't do too much. When we do go on vacation, it's usually someplace pretty exotic. Like I think the last family vacation we went on was a couple years now, and that was to Mexico. And that was gorgeous. Love that. Got to see the temples, a few of the temples, including, I'm gonna butcher it, Chichen Itza. I really butchered that. I'm so sorry. But that's the one that you always see, that iconic one with the steps up the temple. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. Everyone knows it's big. It's massive. You can know it, but until you're like an itty bitty little ant in front of it, you don't capture, like it just doesn't really dawn on you how massive it is. And you're not allowed to go up the steps anymore. I think they stopped that years ago because of people being disrespectful, which is unfortunate, but it's very much the case these days. So, but I was able to take pictures right in front of it, and I mean, it's just huge and a very humbling thing too, to just see this massive ancient pyramid and to know that that was just several thousands of years ago. All right, so let's just get these strips cut up into more manageable strips. And as you can kind of see, they're not exactly very full. There's a few, but the majority of colors are, you know, about a third to a halfway full. And then you got these sections, a lot of that brown, that are quite a bit more. Very pretty palette, a very muted kind of grounding palette. And that's really nice. May has been my dragon month. I've been doing a lot of dragons. I did my dragon artist, which was a little bit of a love-hate, but overall I did enjoy it. There was just some things that I wasn't as fond of, but I also acknowledge that I am a newbie in the art, and that I'm probably being a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to my squares. So I had some good heart-to-heart talks with some of the subreddit, the diamond painting subreddit members, and they help put things in perspective. All right, so I guess what I'm going to do is, I'm gonna put this really quick. Let's go in order. So 300. I don't necessarily need to go in order, but here it is. And it's a full bag. So this is the Art Dot cylinder case, which is supposed to be larger, I guess, than maybe the ones you can get off of Temu or AliExpress. I don't know. But they don't quite hold a full bag, and I just realized I don't have a little bit of dryer sheet in there. So let me grab a couple. I took one dryer sheet and cut it up into like little strips here, and I put it in a spare cylinder. That way I could do this. And I'm actually gonna keep this out over here because I like to put, if I have to put excess drills into a little baggie, I like to put a couple of the dryer sheets in there too to help with the static. Well, let's see what the static looks like. Not too bad. A little bit though. Whoops. As one just flies right out. So about, what would you say, 2/3 of the bag? Yeah, not too bad. So then the rest I'm gonna put in a baggie. And this is DMC code 300. And I like to put a square because it's a square drill. And I'm gonna grab a couple dryer sheets to put in here. I've seen those really cool looking like funnels, and where you could just kind of throw the bag up top and then it's supposed to kind of funnel into your bags and stuff. I'm curious how effective those are. Let me know if any of you guys have one of those. Are those worth getting? I mean, I don't know. I guess it's really only effective for when you're kitting up and kitting down, I suppose, but I don't know. Is it really that much of a time saver? I'm curious. There's a lot of accessories that you can get for diamond painting, I've found, and some of them seem like really useful godsends, and then others are kind of like, but is it really worth it? I don't know. I guess it's the value comes from the person who uses it, I suppose. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and put my extras in this little tray here, and I'll put those in order. So I'll start from the back and I'll kind of work my way, but that way if I run out of this color while I'm doing it, I can just refill from the big one. I know some people, they like to just kit up all their colors in the little cylinders. That way it's ready to go. I don't do that, but to each their own. Oh, and actually, I just realized I have another package of 300. So what I do is I go ahead and I just keep that and I do this. That way it's ready to go right there. Okay, so 301, here we go. A little bit of static. Not too bad though. And get dryer sheets. I know that there's all kinds of little tricks out there when it comes to dealing with static. I've heard that if you put your trays, like the bags, in the freezer before you're ready to kit up, that's effective. If you blow in it, with like your hot air, that's supposed to help a little bit. I found that blowing into them, like into the baggies, that seems to be pretty effective for me. But the dryer sheet is definitely the best method, in my opinion. I mean, it works for me. I've heard some people who hate it. They say it does not work. I think there's a spray that you can put in there, like a static guard, I think is what it's called. I have tried the alcohol swab method, where you take a Q-tip and you dip it in alcohol and you like do it in the cylinder before you kit up. That didn't work for me at all, not even remotely. Grab a couple of the ones here that fell. Hey, this one fit the whole bag. Nice. It's kind of funny how you can tell they're static because they jump everywhere. But yeah, and if you just kind of shake it with the dryer sheet a little bit, after time, it tends to help get rid of all the static. So that's my method. That works for me. Oh, I found another one.
Empress
Whoops.
Swaddlers keeps your baby 3 times drier all night long.
I know that Katie from Diamonds and Washi, she will pour like her entire drills on a full dryer sheet, and then like she'll fold it like a taco and then pour it into her drills. And I've heard a lot of people say that works great for them too. Lots of ways to do the same thing, and whatever one works great for you is the one that is best for you. That's kind of my opinion. Just like the square versus the round storage types, I've been eyeing those not the Elizabeth Ward ones, but the big like tray looking things that have the lines in them, and you can just kit right into them. I think it's Forever Young is one of them, but I think it's called like Catered Bricks. That one seems to be really big. A huge hit for a lot of people, and I've been kind of eyeing it because the way it works is that you would take like your tray, and you would just kit all this right into the tray, and then it would have its own little cover, and then you would have like a little, I think it's a little case, or not a case, but like a box, or like a stand-up shelf that you would just put them right into. And a lot of people seem to really like that. I had been eyeing those for a little while. My concern though is that I was wondering, okay, if you can kit up into them and you can just go ahead and just place drills right out of them. Okay, how many drills can they, how many can they hold, and how effective is it to actually place drills out of? And from what I was hearing from people's opinions with it, oh my goodness, this one didn't want to open up. They basically said that you can't hold really like a full bag. You could, but then when it comes to lining up drills, you know, like when you're shaking them and getting them lined up, especially for like multi-placing, there's too many of them. So you would still kind of have to have a little bit of an alternative storage method. And I'm like, oh, well, to me that kind of defeats the whole purpose of like an all-in-one storage if I would have to do that. So I don't know. This seems to work for me, and I'm just gonna kind of go with what works for me. If there's something new that comes out that, you know, is a better, more effective option, then great. But until then, I just go with what I've got here, and why mess up something that's been working for me? All right, let's see. We're looking for 407. Aha. Here we go. So now I've got a question for you guys. Do you like kitting up and kitting down? I heard this is a very split question amongst the community. You either love kitting up or you despise it with a passion. I guess for me, I'm kind of like about it. It's not my favorite thing to do because I would rather just be diamond painting. But at the same time, it's not like it's a make or break for me. I mean, obviously kitting up and kitting up is something that is kind of optional. I mean, when we all started diamond painting with the very first ones, we all just kind of opened up a bag, just went to the canvas, looked for the color, and just kind of went from there. I mean, when I first started, I think all I would do is pour all the colors that I would have for a section in that cute little green tray, finish that up, and then I think I would like fold this and then tape it with actual tape. And that was it. That's all I would do. But those, you know, those kits were usually like what, 20 by 30 centimeters, so it's not like they were very large. So you kind of had the luxury to do that. These Big O kits, not this one, but some of the kits that have what, close to 100 colors. I've heard like some of the, I think it's Josephine Wall, that artist, her paintings are so detailed and so just so many colors that, you know, her kits are over 100 colors, and I cannot imagine that. Like, I have a couple in my stash now that exceed 60, and my little round cylinder case here only holds 60. And so I'm looking at, you know, purchasing the next size up for this art dot storage set, because it comes with, they have a few more sizes at 120, 240, and I think they go up to like 360 or 480. And, you know, my husband's like, you should just get the biggest one. And I'm like, but really, when am I ever going to do that many colors? Like, that, to me, that seems very overwhelming. But it could be that that's something that I will gradually grow into and graduate to on my diamond painting journey. But for now, I kind of like my kits that average around that 60-ish colors. That's a nice happy spot for me. I mean, I look at a lot of the new releases that Diamond Art Club does their little sneak peeks of, and they're all so beautiful. Like, I saw that, I think it was last week's new release, Lahaina, and I was like, that is absolutely beautiful. If I was, you know, I love Hawaii, and I was just thinking, oh my gosh, if I had a spare bedroom that was, you know, Hawaiian themed, that would be a huge just showstopper centerpiece. But things was massive. It was so long. And I'm like, yeah, that would be like a make or break me. It would either make me like fall in love down the diamond painting trail or make me want to cut off from it forever. So that's one I'm definitely gonna watch others do. That's the beauty of YouTube. You can live vicariously through other people doing some of the works that you're not quite sure about doing yourself due to being intimidated or just not quite your style. Not enough to spend the price tag associated, but cute enough that you're like, oh, that's a really nice piece. Thank you for sharing. And it's just fun to see everybody's completed works anyways. Like, I like a few of the artists that Diamond Art Club has. I would probably say that, like a lot of people, I like Ivy Dolomore and I like Chrisabug. But, you know, the last one I did, Dragon Artist, that was Nene Thomas. This one is Maragona Sully, and I really liked their artwork. Maragona Sully, in fact, I saw for this week's sneak peek. So releasing tomorrow, which would be, what, May 24th. That one, it's like a witchy greenhouse or magic greenhouse or something. It's a witch in a greenhouse, and she's like surrounded by ducks. That is cute looking. Very, very cute. And I'm sure that's one that's gonna sell out quickly, because I noticed the duck theme. If it's got little ducks in it, or if it's got kittens or cats, they tend to sell out. I know the Julia ones, the duck bath, kitchen ducks, all of those, they seem to be pretty hot commodities. Very popular, and I can see why. They're really cute. They're also kind of like snack size, kind of like this size, not overly big, easily manageable, so I could see why. But the one that I was viewing for tomorrow's sneak peek by Maragona Sully, that witchy greenhouse one with the ducks, that's big. It's I think it's like almost 28 inches by like 37 almost. So it's big. That's roughly the size of what I think I just finished with my Dragon Artist one. And I'll be honest, that took me about like 5 or 6 weeks, and towards the end I was feeling a little bit of burnout with it. Definitely was feeling the burnout. That's why I wanted to do something kind of more smaller, just a nice little break, something kind of cute. And yeah, not really inclined to do a big one quite yet. I think the next one I'm going to be doing after I'm done with this little guy, oh my, this is spilling everywhere, is going to be Teatime Spell by Cutiepie. I was fortunate enough to get that on a D stash, and I think that's round drills. And I don't think that one is overly big. I want to say it's like 22 by like 28, I think, off the top of my head. Not too big, I know that. More manageable. And round drills tend to go quicker than square anyways. Okay, this one's got a lot of static. This is all over my fingers. Oh my goodness. Holy cow. But I kind of wanted to get May was my dragon theme. So I wanted to get all my dragon themed kind of ones done with. All of them when I had like 2, but that's okay. I don't have a very large stash. I think I've got 6, and that's okay. It's very easy to get trapped and want all of the pretty things and have this really massive stash and be a dragon of your own. But for me, I want to keep it more manageable. Something that I can realistically think that I'll finish. And also to keep with my current trend of taste. Because I do notice that your tastes do change when you do projects, you know. You might be heavy into like a dragon theme or a witch theme or ducks or whatever. And then, you know, a few months down the line, you're like, you know, it doesn't call to me like it used to. And then, you know, somebody in your D-stash group is like, hey, do you have this one? And you're like, yeah. Which works out if you're looking for something that, you know, doesn't appeal to the person that bought it anymore, then, you know, another man's trash is another man's treasure kind of philosophy. Not that any of this is trash, but you know what I mean. Just because it doesn't, you know, vibe with you now, doesn't mean it won't vibe with you later, or somebody can't, you know, take advantage of it. All right. Well, see, this one's going, oh, I jinxed it. I jinxed it. It was going nice, and then it's like once gravity's done, then the static kicks in and kind of makes it a pain. What I really should be doing is just kitting this up into a tray so that I could use my tray instead. You know what? Maybe we're gonna do that. Maybe we'll switch off to my tray, because a lot of this is landing on my table and in my lap. Ooh, oh wow. Yeah, quite a lot landed on my table that time. Okay, let's see. Can we kick it over to the edge? Sorry, you guys can't see. Almost. Oh, come now. Oh, nope. It went flying everywhere. Okay, well, those are lost to the abyss. That's okay. It was only a couple. That was number 10. Let's learn from the mistake. Let's pull out the tray. All right, and then 951. Oh, not that very much of this one. Oh, and it looks like I've got an imposter in there. Oh, it's a fairy drill. Let's... Do I need to grab the tweezers? Yeah. Here we go. Let's just put that one off to the side. Okay. And yet one still managed to jump out. Oh my goodness. There we go. Isn't that much simpler? Maybe I should have made my life a lot easier and done that from the beginning. By the way, I had done an unboxing of this particular tray. So this was Bijou Bliss Designs May with You May art design for this particular tray. I just saw that she just posted on Facebook that she is going to be phasing out this tray. I believe she's going to be keeping it until June 6th, and then that's it. So if you are on the fence about purchasing it and you want to snag it, now's the time, because she's going to be discontinuing it. I just saw that on Facebook this morning, so. And it's really cute. Definitely worth it in my opinion. It's probably one of my favorite investments for diamond painting accessories that I did. That along with the pen. The pen and the tips, and then a nice tray. Like, I use this tray for everything. I know this particular kit came with like a small Diamond Art Club little tray, and you know, that's cute, but I like this tray. I really like it, and I'm just gonna probably use it for everything. I know that there's a lot of people who like to collect the trays and, you know, have one that works with like the theme of the kit that they're working on and stuff. Kind of coordinate, you know, get in the mood. But I don't have money to be spending $25 on a new tray for every new kit that I work on. As it is, my stash is kind of reminding me that I need to maybe tone it back a little bit. Diamond Art Club's not the cheapest. If you know, you know. But they are worth it. But that being said, I've seen some really, really nice designs off of like AliExpress and Temu, some stuff off of Amazon, and then of course there's a lot of really nice like small shops that are out there. I would really like to try one from Jada Jim Shop, probably after the whole tariff thing kind of settles down with the US, just because it's so up in the air with that. But Jada Jim Shop's one of them that I've really been eyeing. And Oraloa, I don't know if they're like Hawaiian based, but their stickers remind me of Hawaii for sure. But they've got some really cute stuff too. Munimade, I've seen some really cute Munimade ones too that I'd be kind of curious to check out as well. Oh, even in the tray, they're still popping out. They don't want to join the rest. Oh geez. Okay, well this is where we just go with the chaos. I'll throw them all into a baggie in a moment. There we go. All right, do we have any stragglers that escaped? No. And then, gosh, there's another one I've seen recently. It was, God, they were like little bite-sized sticker ones. I'm trying to think. Oh, what was it called? Ashley from Messy Girl Crafts, she was showcasing hers. They're just really nice little bite-sized ones, and of different, just different categories too. Like there was a really cute cityscape one. There was it looked like a food corgi mix one. Just really cute little fun kawaii character kind of designs, and those looked really cute. They were all, unfortunately, they were pretty much all sold out, but I remember looking, and they had like some Studio Ghibli inspired designs, and I thought those would be really cute to try out, but that one, they were all sold out, so I wasn't able to order those even if I wanted to. Oh, there goes my light, it looks like. Well, let's take a look and see if I can't get that back going. Stand by for technical difficulties. My husband's gonna see if he can fix it for me. It's plugged in over here. Oh, that would be why. Kind of unplugged itself. Or it got really, really hot. Oh, there we go. Thank you, honey. Ah, too hot. Okay. Well, I might need to rethink that and maybe get a different block. Looks like it kind of overheated my block that it was plugged into. That's not good. Last thing I want is an electrical fire burning down my house, especially after I just had a neutral line replaced from the city into it. My goodness. The joys of home ownership. All right. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what the name of that kit is. If I remember it, I'll try to add it in the video for you guys. But G to Gym Shop, Munimade, and then Oraloa. And let's see, what others are there that I want to take a look at. I thought there was one more. I've heard of, I think it's called like DIY Moond or Diamoond, something like that. There was another one that was kind of coming up on the scenes as well that I kind of wanted to maybe take a look at too. And then obviously for our friends across the pond, there's the Diamond Art Painting UK, I think is what it's called. I haven't looked at any of their stuff, just because it's shipping all the way from UK, so my guess would be the shipping would be atrocious for us right now. But I'm very curious to see some of the designs coming out of that. Somebody had actually posted in the diamond painting subreddit a design from Craftably. Now, I started January of this year, so Craftably was long gone by the time I entered onto the scene, which is a pity because it looked like Craftably had some really nice stuff, like really nice designs, and they had like those reusable canvas tubes, and it looked like their quality was spot on, similar to like Diamond Art Club or Dreamer Designs. And it's a pity I wasn't able to experience some of that. Sometimes I catch people destashing them, but I think they've been closed for a couple years now, so there's not exactly a lot of overflow for destashing left, it seems like. And the people who have them are, you know, doing them, which good for them. I mean, that's why you buy them, is to work on them. But part of me is like, oh, I wish I had the opportunity to work on one of those, to experience that. From what I read, it looks like Craftably was unfortunately one of the victims of the pandemic. It just didn't survive. I think something to do with like supply chain issues or something like that when everything kind of came to a halt. But, ooh, this one's a new one for me. So this is M3825. This is that new, like frosted glass kind of effect. Oh, that's really cool. I haven't had a kit yet that's got that effect. I'm very curious to see how that'll look on the canvas. Ooh. Okay, maybe I should cut a little bit bigger. Oh my goodness. Well, not that much static. But there's actually quite a bit of it too. Oh dear. I think I'm making this super hard on myself than it needs to be. Okay. So that one is M3825. And that is what looks to be an upside down T. Just out of curiosity, can we spy that on the canvas here? Where is that on the canvas? Oh, it's in the stars and the moon up here. Oh, very cool. All right. That'll give it a very unique effect. It seems like from what I've seen, Diamond Art Club likes to put more of like the flashier drills, like ABs. ABs tend to be a lot of like the sparkle effects of the moon and stars and everything. So the fact that they chose this stained glass effect, that's interesting. I'm very curious and excited to see how that's going to look. All right, we're down to the last few. Ooh. Ooh, look at that. That's a really pretty, like, almost rose brown kind of look. Fairy dust drills are my favorite. I love these ones. I just love the really subtle glitter effect that they have, and I like how they're easy to place. ABs are a nightmare for me. So, like, this kit has, what, 1 AB? Yeah, it has 1. That's okay with me. I'm okay with one AB. It's not that I don't like the effects of ABs. I love them. I think they're beautiful, very sparkly, makes the whole canvas just glitter and sparkle like a diamond. But man, are they a pain to put on the canvas. Although there is a trick I want to try out. Somebody on the subreddit, I'm on the subreddit way too much if you haven't gathered. Somebody posted a fun little trick, a little hack that I'm going to try, where they mixed a 2-to-1 ratio of the pink heart wax with the putty. They just mixed it all together, and they said that it made picking up the ABs a lot easier. So now I would like to try that. See if that hack is worth trying, because if that's the case, then I would probably use that mixture for placing everything. I have yet to find a putty that I like to work with. I, for the most part, tend to work with just the pink heart wax that comes with the kits, the basic stuff. I would like to try like a couple small shops putties and waxes, but I find it really difficult to order like a scent that I can't smell before I order, you know? That it kind of bothers me a little bit. There's a few scents that I gravitate towards that I tend to always like pumpkin. Pumpkin's like my go-to spice and scent. I love that. Lavender is another one, and vanilla, but like lavender can be very overpowering. So if I don't smell it ahead of time, I don't know if I would enjoy it or not. Like I saw Katie from Diamonds and Washi, like she was doing a mystery box or like a bundle box or something from one of the putty shops, and I'm like, oh, that's a cool idea. Except for like I think it was only one scent that she reviewed that I would have been like, oh, that's a fun scent. The rest I would have been like, oh, I would have hated that scent. Kind of like the mystery boxes. I am very happy for those of you who got the mystery boxes from Diamond Art Club recently. And hopefully you were very happy with the results. I looked at a majority of them and I would not have been very happy with the results. I do not care about cartoon characters. I love Disney, don't get me wrong. Disney, Star Wars, Marvel, cool. I don't mind them. I don't want to spend time diamond painting them. Nope, I have no desire to do that. I would prefer to diamond paint like original works of art, you know. something like this or something fantasy. I'm kind of in just a fantasy frame of mind right now. So a lot of the kits that I saw included, almost all of them included some kind of a cartoon, like a Disney princess kit, or one of the little mini sparkle kid ones, and Hogwarts, a lot of Harry Potter. Again, I'm a fan of Harry Potter, but don't really want to do mainstream media for diamond painting. I kind of want to try out other works of art. I have a whole puzzle collection full of like Thomas Kincaid Disney. So like I've done the Disney art thing. Kind of want to branch out and do something different. But I saw a few gems in there. Some original pieces that looked really nice. And all in all, for the value, it looks like it was worth it. Like you definitely got more than $70 worth in those boxes. So, you know, congrats to those who were able to snag them. I know they sold out pretty quickly, and hopefully you enjoyed them. All right, well, that is it for kitting up. It's only 22 colors and not that many bags. Like I've only got a little bit of overstock here. Not too bad. So I'll just put the rest of my kitting up supplies there. I need to throw away all my trash, and now I'm ready for the real fun. Now I actually get to diamond paint. So thank you for joining me, for letting me ramble and waffle on and just kind of do my thing. And hopefully you guys have a wonderful long weekend. For those of you in the US, hopefully you get a nice 3-day weekend. Hopefully you have lots of fun, lots of sunshine. Be safe, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye!